Alright, welcome to video number 2 of my pregnancy series. My name is Laura Johnson. I am pregnant after trying for 4 years, and it took a long time. Well, let me tell you, it didn't take the nice little 3 to 6 months that people talk about. It took my husband and I 4 years for trying to have a baby. And if y'all want to know a little bit of our journey, just go down to the pregnancy playlist that I have and everything will be on there. I have 2 videos before this one. It's pretty much my 4 years of trying and my pregnancy journey video. And I did my first trimester pregnancy video, and now this one is the second trimester pregnancy video. So if you're in your second trimester, or if you're in your second trimester, hopefully this is helpful. I hate to say this, but you're probably thinking there's like a lot that's gonna go on in your second trimester, just like how there was a whole bunch that happened in your first trimester. No, not the case. But your second trimester will be your favorite trimester. Trust me. There was times where I wished I had some kind of symptom or some kind of thing, because like I was so desperate to just feel pregnant again, if that makes any sense, because I thought in my second trimester I would start showing. You don't really start showing until the very end of your second trimester. I feel like I'm still not showing. I think I was like 24. Yeah, I was about 23 to 24 weeks pregnant during the holidays, and there was people in my family that are still like, is she pregnant? Like she is pregnant, right? Like there was a few people like during the holidays, they were like, wait, aren't you pregnant? And I said, yeah. And they're like, you don't look like you're pregnant. And that's because, one, your first kid, you're not gonna look pregnant unless you're like, what is it? I feel like the skinnier you are, the more you will notice it. But even on my pregnancy app, I use What to Expect. That has always like been my go-to app. Like, I love this app just because it has a lot of helpful stuff on it, and it just makes me feel comfortable. You know, if I'm feeling like certain symptoms, or if I'm not feeling any symptoms, it makes me feel comfortable, because if I'm not feeling any symptoms, I'm like, should I be freaking out? But if I am feeling symptoms, I'm like, oh no, I'm fine. But you're not gonna really show in your second trimester, especially if this is your first kid. A lot of body weight has to deal with it, and how your body like puts its weight into it, because I think I started showing at 24 weeks, but all of my fat and everything, like all of my weight went from like my arms and my face and went straight to my belly. And so I have a lot more fat around my belly, and I think that's the only reason why like people would start noticing. Like Josh's mom, she was like, oh, you finally popped. And I was like, what do you mean? I still feel skinny. Like, I feel like I don't even have a belly. And she's like, no, like, you're getting that bump now. And I think it was because all that fat just went straight to my belly. And I got to see it, or people that been around me got to see it a little bit more, and was like, no, you got a bump now. But I did not feel like I had a bump. I still don't feel like I have a bump. I'm waiting till I can set stuff on top of it. But apparently that doesn't really happen. I don't know how those people have their bellies way out there. Maybe if you have like twins or something, but yeah, I haven't been able to like enjoy the setting stuff on top of my belly yet. And I probably won't even be able to have that. So that's not gonna happen in your second trimester. That's probably like a 40 weeks thing. Like, maybe that's when you get that full-on bump, is when you have your baby for like 40 weeks. Because I think Aspen Ovard, she had her baby at 39 weeks, but when she would sit, it didn't really look like she could set up stuff on top of it. And there's other YouTubers that I watch that have like their babies at 37 weeks and 38 weeks, and their bump never really got that big on their first baby. And there's some people that doesn't get big at all. Like, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. But second trimester, nothing really happens in it. Your nausea goes away, which is nice. Your headaches go away, which is nice. Even though I think my migraines started at the beginning of my second trimester, but they went away quicker. It was like late in my first trimester, early in my second trimester, my hormones were just like raging and I had migraines every single day. Constipation, eat a lot of fiber. Eat a whole bunch of fiber. Make sure you eat some salads, some fruits, some veggies, some smoothies, like anything you can to relieve yourself. Please just eat fiber, because I got really stuck on some carbs and I was eating a bunch of carbs. I was eating a bunch of cheese, a bunch of dairy, and I was stocked up. And when I finally got some fiber in me, it lasted all night. I was up for 3 hours in the middle of the night, just on the pot, on the toilet, and I was like sweating, and I even had to take my clothes off because I was just like so hot and bothered trying to poop. TMI, but yeah. So, fiber. Fiber is your best friend. Eat a lot of whole wheat stuff. Eat a lot of fruits and veggies. But yeah, them carbs. Your body is like, I craved a lot of carbs the first and second trimester. You obviously want them carbs so your body can produce enough energy to grow a baby, because it takes a lot of stuff to grow a human. I think my doctor told me you should only eat like 200 more calories a day than what you usually eat, because it does take a lot to grow a human, but it only takes like 200 calories more technically in your diet. So if you're at like 1,200, I think women should eat like 1,200 200 calories a day. So that's what I was eating, was like 1,400 a day. Probably not even that. I honestly just listened to my body. If I was hungry, I would eat. Second trimester was pretty boring. I actually got scared every now and then because I didn't want to think that something was wrong. And when something's not happening, it just feels weird. And when something's happening, it feels, you know, it's like, okay, at least I'm feeling something. But then it's like, should I be feeling that? But I want to say at 18 weeks, that's when I started feeling flutters. So around 18 weeks, that's when I started feeling like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like something's just tickling you. Like it just feels like a little tickle in your lower abdomen area. It just feels like something's just wiggling in there. I don't know how to explain it. It was just like a nice little like brushy feeling. And then those kind of, sometimes they can feel a little vigorous because it's like the baby's moving around, and the baby can pretty much do somersaults and everything in there when it's that tiny. I think now that I'm in my third trimester, she's actually positioned to where she's getting ready for birth. So when you're in your like 28 weeks, the baby is like starting to like actually get into birthing position, but she can still kick, she can still flip and twist around. She's just going to be in the position to give birth. And my last, I think it was 28 weeks, that's when, or it was 24 weeks, that's when they did the whole like anatomy and made sure that she was still a girl. Because my 10 weeks, I didn't mention this in my first trimester video, but at 10 weeks we did a gender reveal and I was able to find out that she was a girl. And then they do a 24-week anatomy test to where they still look in there and make sure that it's still a girl, because you can take the DNA test at 10 weeks, or you can actually take it or wait until the anatomy test. And a lot of people wait until the anatomy test to make sure that they're having the gender that they're supposed to have. But even sometimes they can tell you it's a girl all through your pregnancy and it comes out a boy, because that's what happened with Josh. Josh was supposed to be a girl and they said girl. Even on the little ultrasound thing, they swore that my husband was a girl and he came out a boy. I hope that doesn't happen to us. I hope she stays a girl. But my next appointment, I'll be able to see in her toes and her mouth, and not really, like, you can't really see what your baby looks like on a regular ultrasound, but you can see it. Like my 24 week and my second trimester, the anatomy test, I'll have pictures and stuff up here. You can see that she has like this cute little perfect like nose. Me and Josh, I think we still have like nice little nose profiles, because my nose, it's, even though it's straight, it kind of flips out, but it's still a nice little nose that is nice and pointy. And Josh has a nose that's like that. We don't have noses that curve out or anything like that. So our nose are pretty much really nice and pointy, and hers is looking very nice and like pointy, like fairy-like. And her cheeks are looking big, like her cheekbones were big. You could tell that she's gonna have she's gonna have big cheeks, and like she's just gonna be a nice healthy baby, because like in the ultrasound, like I could just tell she's going to be a healthy baby. And every time I go to the doctor, every time I do an ultrasound, like she is right on cue. Like she is perfectly sequenced up to her weeks. So that is perfect. And I think every Monday we hit a new week. So this Monday, I'm filming this Saturday, and Monday I think is the 18th. So every Monday is going to be a new week. The 18th of January, I'm going to be 30 weeks. So if y'all want to keep up with that, you know, just keep watching, because I'm going to do a 30-week update, 9-week update, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up until baby's born. So, yeah. But, I feel like there's other things in my second trimester that happened. And I used to have them all written down, but it just got so boring in my second trimester that I stopped writing stuff down, because if something did happen, I knew I would remember it. But I didn't spot anymore. I had a little bit of spotting in my first trimester, had a little scare, like I got into like a four-wheeler accident in my first trimester. But my second trimester, I was four-wheeler riding every single day. Now whenever I'm on a four-wheeler or a side-by-side, she starts kicking like crazy. Like you could just feel her hands like kicking everywhere. And Josh feels like it Josh feels like, since that accident that I have, anytime that I'm on the four-wheeler, she's like, stop, like stop the vehicle or whatever. Or she just really enjoys it and she's like kicking out of excitement. I'm hoping it's more of excitement, because I would hate it if something like, even though like she's not gonna be able to remember anything until she's like 4 years old, but I feel like at 8 weeks having that accident, like she's gonna somehow grow up to hate four-wheelers and be scared of them and not know why. And I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's because I got in a wreck with you or something. I don't know. Hopefully she enjoys outdoor stuff like that, because I would hate it if she hated four-wheelers so bad, because that's all we ever do, and that's the only way we get around over, you know, at Josh's family hunting lease. So hopefully she's not scared of four-wheelers. But that's pretty much my second trimester update. Nothing really happens. The only thing that happens is like your bump shows a little bit more, but not too much, not too dramatic. Like it just doesn't show. The baby is going to be pretty much the size of like a Coke can the whole second trimester. I think now she's probably as big as this. So I think from the second trimester to now, she's like maybe as big as this cup, but she will continue to grow and grow and grow up until 37 weeks or 39 weeks whenever I give birth to her. So I can't wait. I'm having in my head that I only have 7 weeks left, because we're at 30 weeks, and technically a lot, I think it was like 70%, the majority of Americans will actually have their baby at 36 to 37. Like the average is 36 to 37. So I'm hoping in 6 weeks that I have a baby, but I would like to wait till the 40 weeks. But also there's some people that go up to 45 weeks and that can be dangerous because your baby actually starts to deteriorate or something. Like it's kind of weird, really weird. So it's like you just want your baby born in the middle, and that's what I would like, just in that nice little healthy middle, not too early, not too late, somewhere in the middle. You know, healthy delivery, healthy and safe delivery is all we really want. But I think I have less than 10 weeks. I'm betting 36 to 37 weeks, and I told my doctor that, and he's like, no, it's 40 weeks, trust me, like she's gonna be in there for 40 weeks. And I was like, I think 36, 37. And he's like, well, we'll just have to see. So I just hope it's in the middle of March. I kind of aiming towards March 14th or March 26th, in that little range, because March 14th, that's when her uncle was born, and that's when my brother was, you know, my brother is her uncle, that's when he was born, and 26 weeks is when her grandfather was born. So she's either going to share a birthday with her uncle or with her dad. And yeah, I am just excited. We got 2 months left, and it's just, that's 8 weeks technically. So like she could be born in 8 weeks, and it's crazy. I told Josh we're about to have the baby, and we still what is it, what is that thing called? My baby shower is going to be after 30 weeks, so at 31 weeks I'll have my baby shower, and we'll have like less than that to get all the hospital bags together, everything together, going shopping to see if we need anything else. And I told Josh, I'm like, I regret having this baby shower so late in the pregnancy. I think you should probably have your baby shower around 25, 28 weeks. Only because it gives you a little bit more time, and it gives you that last 3 to 2 months.
I say that, but it was so close to the holidays that I couldn't do that, and that's why I had to have my baby shower so late.
To stress out then about getting everything together. Now I have like 2 months to stress out about getting everything together, but luckily I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I can just panic and nest the next 2 months, because it's only 8 weeks. 8 weeks go by very fast. We're already through the 2nd trimester, so that's more than 8 weeks, and we're more than halfway there. We're like, the finish line is there, and it's freaking me out. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If this was helpful, make sure you like, and if you want more videos in the future, make sure you subscribe. I am hoping to get to 1,000 subscribers soon, so all of y'all can be notified ASAP, because right now nobody's getting notifications or whatever. You kind of have to keep looking at your subscriptions and hope that I pop up on there. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helped you, and hope you have a safe pregnancy, and please hope that we have a safe pregnancy too, because I still get scared, and I still have a bunch of like fears in me right now, especially with delivery. But I'm going to talk about that in the next video, which will be my 10-week update, because I'm just going to go ahead and do the 10-week update even though it's like 2 days away. But I want to make sure that I wait for the 10-week update. And also wanted to show y'all, so this is pretty much my belly at this, or again, 30 weeks in like 2 days. So yeah, like it's poked out a lot, like compared to like right here is technically where my body was. So yeah, if I put my hand down there, this side is like when I was skinny, and then this side is like all baby. So yes. Oh, before I end the video, I think my milk is like lactating, which is good but bad. I know if it starts lactating soon, the baby's gonna be due anytime soon because it's like prepping for baby to come out. But apparently there's been people that do lactate before they give birth, and there's some women that actually have to pump way before the baby's even born because like their milk is coming in full force, and it's pretty much like your body just prepping for baby and it will actually produce milk. But it sounds weird. I was literally just messing with my boobies one day and I noticed there was like some crusty stuff on it, and I noticed that it was like in like there's holes, I guess, in there. And I was like literally picking out white stuff, and my mom's like, that's definitely milk coming in. So I'm probably leaking, but not that bad. There was one day Josh is like, you're leaking, and it was like a little bitty dot just right there at the nipple, and I was like, oh my god. So it's good, but it's kind of scary. But I wanted to update. That's what happened at like 28 weeks, is my boob was like, it leaked and I had that crusty stuff on it. So gotta watch out for that. You need to tell my doctor that. I need to actually write it down. I have a list of questions to ask my doctor, and yeah, I might do a video on that. So that's all. Again, make sure you like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.